on the jacket.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to get started. We'll first bring up Drew Creamer from Nova.
Well, hiya, folks. Wow, we got something here. Yes, this has been a long time coming, and we want to take special attention to this event, recognizing the purpose of this building. We've got 14 units here, and remember that these units are reserved for families who have a member who have a disability. And hey, we got some real special opportunity within our own development team that I wanted to bring to point with this. But yes, if I could first do some shout outs, I guess. The neighbors here have been beautiful, you know, over the last 2 years while we've been watching this building come to fruition here. They've kept an eye on the building. They call me all the time and say, Drew, what's going on? So I want to say very special thanks to the Duggan family over there. The Beamans who live next door here are fantastic. Hey, so, you know, all around the neighborhood has been fantastic. It's a great place to be. We've got the shopping center, great walk scores, all the right stuff. So we can do nothing but succeed for our residents at this point here. But you know, if we can just take a second to talk about what it means to be disabled. And hey, it's a matter of, you know, intestinal fortitude. And I want to speak specifically to our architect. Architect is a guy by the name of Steve Flum. Steve Flum has done all kinds of big stuff. Corktown, West Side, East Side. He's a heck of an architect. He's built buildings all over the city. And this city is a better place as a result of Steve being around. But I got to tell you, Steve, earlier in life, he had a disease that attacked his central nervous system. And, you know, the disease goes out to kill and shut down all his vital organs. But after the disease is done destroying everything, it says, okay, fine, I'm done, see you later. And he's going to get to come back to life. And there was a point when Steve was in the hospital actually for over 70 days. And part of that time, he was lying in a sheepskin trapeze, and he could only communicate by blinking his eyes. Okay? But Steve had faith. He trusted his doctors. He trusted God. And he came back, man. And he survived all that stuff. And that's Steve's lesson to us. How intestinal fortitude and how adversity is something that can help make you a better person. And so we got some great folks that are moving into this building, and we want to use Steve Flum as an example. And of course, later on, we're going to get to meet Manny Diggs over here, who's got Down syndrome. He's my partner, Doug Dillard's grandson. 24 years old, great Michigan system. He gets to stay in school until he's 25. So he's got great support, he's got great family, and it's all about love. So that's really what we got working here, and that's why we're going to see this building succeed. If I can, you know, also say thank you to the people that got here, that are here with us. It's kind of exciting. We got Fred Durhall. I mean, this guy's from the West Side. He came all the way over here from the West Side, man. And but you know, I got to tell you, he's done some fantastic stuff over there. His pet project is the Dexter Elmhurst Rec Center, and he got big money into that. So we're going to watch that one. We got to see that one come up. So that's very special for us. And then, you know, we've got the head of MISTA here. Hey, now this, you know, generally, you know, we've got our, you know, our level of folks that we service people that we work with, but this is a real honor to have Amy with us. She's new with MISTA. She just started January of 23, and hey, she's the first woman full-time Mishta has had in the chair. So definitely worthwhile taking note. She's got 20 years of real solid experience, and she's going to do great things for this state. And we're happy to have her here. So, you know, and then just as a final, we've got some other folks in around. We've had a chance to hook up or get to know the construction trades program at Wayne Community College. And their kids have come over and seen our site, toured our building over here, and I tell you, you want to see some straight up kids. They're well taught, they're well groomed. They've got what they call the soft skills. Look you in the eye, shake your hand, be your friend. Okay. So yes, so we're very happy to have those folks included with us, and then. And last but not least, before I introduce you to the mayor, I want you to look at our wall here. City budget, folks. City walls. Okay? That's, Quinn Failer is the artist, and Bethany and her team from City Walls have done some beautiful things across the city, and we're excited to have Quinn's work, carry around the corner. So with that, I'd like to thank you all again for coming, and if I can take my honor and introduce Mayor Mike Duggan. Please, welcome. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, thank you. It's a sunny day in more ways than one, and I wanted to be here to celebrate. I was here when we broke ground. As you know, the city of Detroit has built $1 billion in affordable housing in the last 5 years. We're on our way to building another $1 billion in the next 5 years. That's what we are going to have to do, because as the city comes back, housing prices are going up. If you own a house, that's great news. If you're a renter, not so much. And so we're going to have to continue to build ahead of that demand. And we are doing everything from the 20-story Lee Plaza on Grand Boulevard that's been vacant for 30 years to building 14 units from scratch on Alter for very low-income disabled members of our community. And that's it. We are going to build housing for all members of our community in every neighborhood. And I'm so pleased about this. Alta Road, for everybody who lives over here, in the last 5 or 6 years, it has come back really well as a residential corridor. Mac is coming back very well as a commercial corridor. And what Drew and the team did in picking this site, I think, was pick the best of all worlds for a location. And so I wanted to be here to be a part of this. To Amy Hovey, who has been our partner at Mishta, a huge factor in why we have been able to build this. And it doesn't matter what we're doing, she's always here to support us. And the other folks have always been supportive of our city council. So I want to bring up our councilman, Fred Durhal. And Drew, I got to tell you, as we were sitting there, Fred took a look at you and he said, I got that same outfit at home. But he switched to his councilman outfit. Please welcome Councilman Fred Durhal.
I guess no one knew the mayor was really a comedian. And he's really great at it. But one of the things that he said was so true is the partnership that we have. And so I'm thankful for his leadership and our partnership on council. Just to thank a couple folks before I go into this, obviously Mishta, who I believe is a home to me. I learned a lot of about housing from my time at Mishta prior to the council. So to Director Hovey, thank you for being here. And also Mr. Edwin Harlan, who was my direct teacher, also my former boss at Mishta. He still makes me call him boss now. But taught me a lot about housing, to Nova Development. Thank you so much to Detroit Housing Commission. Today is just an amazing day, though, here in the city of Detroit. Of course, we celebrate $1 billion of affordable housing throughout our city over the years. But as the chair of the Disability Task Force, this is particularly special for me. Each and every day when we engage with our disabled residents here in the city of Detroit, which, by the way, there's over 130,000 residents here in the city of Detroit who face disabilities every day, I am often reminded of their strength, of their resilience. They turn disability into ability. And all they want to ensure is that we have a city that includes everyone, including them, as we build our city out, as we bring our city back, as we rise from the ashes, as they say. And so today is just amazing to celebrate 14 units. We're talking full disabled units to help our disabled residents here in the city of Detroit. I'd be remiss if I did not mention my wonderful, amazing colleague whose district I am in today, Councilmember Letitia Johnson, who is an amazing advocate for not only development here in the city of Detroit, but also members of our disabled community. As we sit on the Planning and Economic Development Standing Committee together, when developers come in front of us, we challenge them. We ask them about universal design. We ask them what type of units will be built as these developments come into fruition. So we push very hard. But to see a development such as like Nova, a company come in, a developer that says we are going to invest, we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and we're going to build and ensure everyone is included, is something that is just so amazing. So I cannot say that enough that I am proud to see this come into fruition. I am proud for the members of our disabled community, and I hope this is just only a start when we talk about developing projects here in the city of Detroit for everyone. God bless you all, and again, happy to be here.
I got ya.
And I would be remiss, I did not know, but it is an honor to introduce the director of the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, otherwise known as MSHDA, Director Amy Hovey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here. You know, this is amazing. It's a small 4-unit project, which are just as hard to get done as the big projects. But you know, we get a lot of pushback at MSHDA for our requirements for accessibility and visitability from developers. And here we have a private developer, Drew Nova Development, who voluntarily is doing an entire development welcoming for folks with disability. I think we need to do another round of applause for that. It is not common at all. And that's one of the reasons why I made the trip to Detroit for this project, to say thank you. Thank you to Nova, thank you for the City of Detroit and the Detroit Housing Commission for making this possible. You know, at MSHDA, you will often hear me talking about our housing shortage, that we're now about 140,000 units short of where we need to be. And we really want to make sure that we have housing in Michigan for everyone. And this project goes a long way in setting an example of how housing can be developed and welcoming for all Michigan residents. I also need to thank and call out my staff, Stephanie Oles and Edwin Harlan. Please raise your hand. They're from our office. Yes, they deserve it. Trust me, they have to put up with me. They're with our Office of Equity and Diversity, and they do not let me or the rest of MSHDA's leadership forget that we have to think about accessibility in everything we do, whether it's the housing we develop, the trainings we put on, or even the ability to come into our own buildings to make sure that we are, as a state agency, welcoming to everyone in Michigan and that our programs are accessible to everyone. So I personally want to say thank you for your diligence, because sometimes we move so fast that we forget, but you don't let us forget. So thank you for all that you do. I'm happy to be here. MSHDA's happy to be an investor in this project, and we're always happy to invest with the City of Detroit. I was just mentioning to the mayor that we were kind of going over our past numbers, and per capita, MSHDA puts more money in Detroit than anywhere else in the state. And the reason is the partnership with the city. Their willingness to come to the table to help fund these projects and get them over the table, their willingness and to work hand in hand with the council, which does not happen in every city across the state, to make it easier for developers to get permits, to get the approvals they need at city council, to show that they want developers in their community developing housing. So thank you to both of you for that. It's a huge impact on the city. We thank you. And with that, I want to invite up Jason Friedman, also with the City of Detroit.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm with the city's Department of Housing and Revitalization. I'm the Director of Public-Private Partnerships. Julie Snyder, our Director, wanted to send her congratulations today as well. Our department's mission is to soundly and transparently invest funds and deliver services to ensure that our neighborhoods are high quality and offer affordable and access to all Detroiters. In early 2018, the city launched an initiative to develop and preserve 12,000 units of affordable housing because the work to restore our neighborhood starts with creating opportunities for everyone to live there. And just this spring, as the mayor mentioned earlier, we announced that we met the milestone of investing $1 billion in new affordable housing and preservation of existing affordable housing. And we're not stopping there. We're working on our next $1 billion now. Today, we celebrate the opening of Xavier Square, which brings 14 greatly needed affordable housing units to the Riverbend neighborhood. We've been doing a lot of work in this immediate area in Jefferson Chalmers, and on East Warren Cadju as well. So Marlboro Apartments, the redevelopment of the former JEI headquarters, and the preservation of 30 affordable units at Lakewood Manor. HRD is proud to support the rebuilding of this neighborhood, and that's one of the reasons why the city has invested $1.6 million in this project. This project is extra special to me because it was one of the first that I worked on when I started with the city almost 9 years ago. That sounds like a real long time ago. That's because it takes a long time of behind-the-scenes work to make these projects happen. So I want to thank the people and organizations committed to housing in the city of Detroit, including Mayor Duggan, City Council Member Durhal, Mishta, the Detroit Housing Commission, and many others. I also want to thank the HRD employees that worked so hard to make this project happen as well, including Josh Bales, Larry Katrinar, Naomi Beasley Porter, and Michael Neal. Congratulations again to the development team and to the new residents. Welcome home. And next I'd like to introduce Douglas Dillard of Nova Development Group and his grandson Manny.
And we'd like to have Manny help us. We've got some special golden scissors over here, and we want to cut the ribbon, and we thought Manny could help us. What do you say? We get Manny to help us cut the ribbon? Yeah, okay. Well, why don't we meet Manny over there, and we'll get you the golden scissors, and we'll take the cut. All right.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me say something.
What?
Because he's gone?
What? I don't know. We can't.
Okay.